most of us probably do big money or big money, little money for your sponsoring plan. Does anyone do something different? Just want to make sure I'm not. Okay, so most of us, you do big money, little money, or big money. It doesn't matter. Depends on your personality, what you prefer. So you've called 1 or 2 people up to the front. You do the whole big money presentation. The new thing that people are also doing instead of, a lot of times what we have been demonstrating and encouraging you to do before now with your big money is to show how somebody can make like $800 to $1,000 a month, which is great. However, a lot of people are getting to the point where we're not just busy anymore, we're crazy busy. And the thought of doing 4 home shows a month can sometimes be overwhelming. So it's better, we're encouraging you now to just demonstrate 2 to 3 home shows a month through the big money. So by the end of 2 to 3 home shows, you have given somebody, here's $8, if you haven't seen these before, they are on the incentives website, and this is what I use for my big money. You're demonstrating somebody earning $500 in a month. They just need to do 2 to 3 home shows, or maybe 2 home shows and a catalog party, or 2 home shows and 1 individual order, or something like that. 80% of Americans need an extra $500 to make ends meet. I like statistics. That's a great statistic to throw out at people when you're talking about the business plan. And so, 80% of the women in that room that you're talking to need an extra $500 a month. And that might be for a new car even. That's a car payment. That could be a mortgage or part of a mortgage. That could be groceries or something like that. So go back to your script for your big money and change it from being $800 to $1,000 a month, maybe doing 4 home shows, to just doing 2 to 3 home shows and making $500. Okay, when you were talking about the business plan, just keep it simple and wait till the end when you're going to actually end up using this brochure or handout that I just gave you. So 3 things that Premier can provide is, and you might want to mention this when you do the big money, is that Premier can provide flexibility, freedom, and happiness. And all of that is important to most women. They need the flexibility. They need to be able to work when it's convenient for them. They need the freedom to work as much as they want or as little as they want. And yeah, they're looking for some happiness. Money is not going to give you happiness, but it does make you probably a little bit more settled knowing your bills are getting met. By the way, all these notes are from Dana Berg. She passed these on to me to pass on to y'all. She also wanted me to mention that the average small business or franchise usually costs $10,000 to $60,000 as an an upfront cost. So when you look at our $395, that looks a lot more. You can swallow that. Sure, it's not a risk-free investment. You can't get that $395 back, but you can definitely earn it back, and that's the great thing about because we have that 50%. If you do buy a kit, like at the jewelry boutique, don't forget that you might want to mention at your shows, Premier will buy that back within the first year for 90% of what you paid for, if that's important to them. Something else that you can start out with when you first start talking about the sponsoring talk, you can say, okay, raise your hand if you're a really busy person. Probably everyone in the room is going to raise their hand. And you're saying, of course we are. We are all women. We are all busy. So we're not asking you to give up your life, to give up your husband, give up your kids, give up your job. We're just asking you to fit this in where it might be convenient for you so that you can make that extra $500 a month so that you can make the ends meet. Then you also want to make sure when you're talking about the sponsor or the business plan that you explain your story. That's where you might want to tell your story. And here's 3 things that you want to cover in that story. So basically you need to just give 3 sentences. Number 1, what your life was like before Premier. Number 2, why you joined Premier. And number 3, what your life is like now. Okay, so I'm going to do a little role playing. Can I have one volunteer, please? I'll go. Okay.
You get a ticket.
Okay, ladies, before we get started and do the jewelry part, I just want to share a little bit about what I do in my business. I know a lot of you probably came here tonight not looking for an extra job, but you might be a little curious about what I do once you see all this jewelry. So I'm just going to share that with you now and be thinking about it throughout the show. At the end of the show, I'm going to do a little after party and have some brochures to hand out to y'all questions, then you can ask those questions after the party. So I joined Premier about 2 years ago. Before I joined Premier, I was a stay-at-home mom with my kids, but we were looking for some extra income to bring to my family. I joined Premier because we had a lot of debt and we needed to pay that debt off. Now my family, we are debt-free, and now we're using the Premier to continue to supplement our income, and also hopefully someday I'll be able to get that car that I want so I can continue to expand my family. So I have my volunteer here, Elizabeth. She is my brand new jeweler. Congratulations, Elizabeth. And I'm just going to do a little demonstration here about what the month of November might look like for you or for Elizabeth. Just an average month, how Premier works in the everyday business. So, first week of November, she has her very first home show. It is a really great home show. She sold $400. Everything that you sell in Premier, you get 50% back. So if it's a $400 home show, how much is she going to get to keep? $200. The great thing, too, is that she gets paid that night. And she gets pink $100 bills, by the way, Premier pays you pink money, just in case you're curious. She gets to take that home that night. So if the next day she has a bill, if she has to go buy gas, get groceries, she knows she's going to have money in her pocket. The day she works is her pay date. It's unlike any other job where you have to get paid only every other week or on the 1st and 15th of the month. You get paid the day that you work. Second week of November, it's her son's birthday. She doesn't have time really to do a jewelry show. She has to be working on a birthday party. So she has this great, fabulous birthday party, Superman theme, all that exciting stuff. She's wearing her beautiful jewelry, of course, at the party. So some of the other moms want to know, where did she get her jewelry? So she tells them all about her business. She sells $200 of jewelry at her birthday party to the other moms. How much is she going to get to keep? $100. The great thing about Premier is that you don't have to sell at just a home show. You can do individual orders. You can have a home show in Starbucks. You can have a Starbucks party. If you have a friend that lives in Pennsylvania and she's curious about your jewelry, you can send her to the website. She can order from you and we ship directly to her. You don't have to just sell within a home show. Okay, third week of November, she does another home show. Just another average home show. The average home show in America is about $500. But because I only $100 bills, we're going to make it $400. So if she has another $400 home show, how much is Elizabeth going to keep? $200. There you go. Okay, fourth week of November rolls around. What always happens in the fourth week of November? Turkey. Thanksgiving. There's usually some holiday every month. Maybe it's a national holiday, or you have an anniversary, or there's a family birthday or something. There's going to be times you can't work this business. The great thing about Premier is there's no minimums and no quotas in this business. So she can take the full week off. Heck, she can even take the week before or the week after off if she wants to. If she has a family in town, she's making a big dinner, she does not have to work this week, and that's completely fine. The next month, if she's ready to get back to work, her job will still be there. So, Elizabeth, how much did you make in the month of November? $500. Thank you so much. So, think, ladies, about what you could do with an extra $500 a month, whether it would be a car payment, mortgage, gas, groceries, anything like that. All right, and now we're going to move on to